Hello and welcome to this very special edition of CJ Plus. The Olympic Games were officially opened in Rio de Janeiro Friday evening. Athletes from more than 200 nations are in Brazil to compete in 28 sports and be watched by a global audience of billions. But keenly watched will be the Indian contingent, especially by aspiring Olympians with a gleam of hope in their eyes, a hope that makes their dreams that much more real. On the show today, young athletes fighting the odds, the lack of infrastructure and social stigmas turn citizen journalists.
खर्चे की प्रॉब्लम आती है सबसे बड़ी, जैसे 900 रुपीज़ होते हैं मंथ के जो आने जाने में लगते हैं, इतनी तो पेरेंट्स की सैलरी भी नहीं होती.
On the show today, we're being joined by Manisha Malhotra. She's an Asian Games medalist in tennis, and she also represented India in the 2000 Sydney Olympics in the women's double. As someone who's been a part of the Indian contingent, what must be going on? What's the sort of pressure that must be there on the players?
Well, I mean, it's an immense amount of pressure, and if you actually, when you're in the opening ceremony and you actually walk into that stadium, it doesn't matter whether you're an athlete or not. It's goosebumps for everybody. It's a very emotional moment in any athlete's life, and for a lot of athletes who are there, it's their only dream, and that's their showcase. And you know, it's pretty much years and years and years of training for maybe half a minute of performance sometimes, or maybe 10 seconds of performance sometimes.
Right. Now, Manisha, there is a lot of adulation that comes after, and rightly so. But often it's noticed that the struggle to get there, that is usually lived alone. And you know, we heard Mary Kom talk about, in the Rajya Sabha, talk about, you know, the importance of regular training, intensive training, also something as simple as diet. Do you think those sort of things are missed out at the grassroots level?
Well, of course, and I think, you know, for coming from a country like ours, which has no organized grassroots system, I mean, we don't have a very, very good framework to kind of harness talent at very early stages, and that's unfortunate for our athletes who, as you said, don't come from the, you know, the best backgrounds and maybe get the best facilities. It only makes them that much stronger.
And certainly those words are going to be inspiration for us. First citizen journalist on the show. Her name is Asima Begum. She comes from Guwahati. And she's only a teenager, but Asima is a district level medalist in judo and wants to one day represent India. But that, she knows, is not going to be easy. Her parents cannot afford to get her professional training, and no state assistance means that despite her talent and her passion, realizing that dream is going to be tough.
मेरा नाम आसिमा है. मैं सिटी से जर्नलिस्ट बना हूँ. मैं एक जूडो प्लेयर हूँ. मैं कितना प्रॉब्लम के बीच से भी मैं हर रोज प्रैक्टिस करता हूँ. आप लोग को आज बताऊंगा.
This is my house in a by-lane of Bhaskar Nagar in Guwahati. My father is a rickshaw puller and mother works as a house help. Making ends meet has always been the challenge. But amidst the hardships, there is a dream. The dream of one day taking India to sports world map. I started practicing judo from the age of 13 and have won many awards.
मुझे तो दुख होता है, जैसे वो मांगता है, पापा मुझे जूता चाहिए ए तरह का, मेरा ड्रेस चाहिए ए तरह का, मुझे खाना चाहिए ए तरह का, मैंने दे नहीं सकता उसका.
मेरे इष्ट पे प्रैक्टिस कराए.
We want her to succeed. If someone can help us, we would be grateful.
Despite the passion and the talent, the lack of funds come in the way of achieving my dreams. My house is about 3 kilometers away from the training center, but even the daily expense of public transport becomes difficult to bear.
मैं यहाँ प्रैक्टिस करती हूँ. मैं डिब्रूगढ़ और सिलचर में स्टेट लेवल में गोल्ड मेडल जीता था, और मैं आगे जाके नेशनल लेवल में भी गोल्ड मेडल जीतूंगा.
While district level competitions were not a problem, for national games I would need to have a focused diet and take dietary supplements. These cost more than 40,000 rupees a year. I don't have enough money for this.
Yeah, lots of talented boys and girls are here. They are getting regularly medals in the national level. If government gives financial aid to the upcoming judokas, means players, then they can come up.
While the nation cheers for its athletes when they win medals, oftentimes the struggle remains their own. But even as I practice my game, my eyes would be glued to the developments in Rio, where our seniors are participating in the Olympic game.
हम लोग का इंडियन टीम ओलंपिक गेम में जा रहा है, इसलिए मेरे तरफ से उनके लिए खूब सारी शुभकामना है और वो लोग अच्छा से खेले और अच्छा मेडल जीते, वही मेरी दुआ है.
So Manisha, you saw Asima's story, and you were the CEO of a trust that was looking out for the interest of sports person. Would you have any interesting stories where you spotted a talent?
Of course, I mean, there's a lot of such stories, and a lot of my athletes did come from very, very underprivileged backgrounds.
Okay.
But an interesting story that comes to mind is that we actually went to Nagaland, and it was literally to spot a group of junior archers, and they were tribals. They were superb at archery because they used to hunt for their food.
Okay.
And they grew up with a bow and arrow. I think we selected 3 or 4 of them, and then brought them to Calcutta to train. 3 of them went on to be Olympians.
That's a brilliantly inspiring story, Manisha. On the show, we've got another youngster. Her name is Arshdeep. She comes from a little village in Punjab, in Faridkot, where the challenge is not just a lack of facilities, but also social stigmas. But she is breaking all of those stereotypes. She's won medals at the district level and one day wants to represent India. Here's her story.
मेरा नाम अर्शदीप कौर है. मैं सिटीज़न जर्नलिस्ट बनने जा रही हूँ. मैं आप सबसे शेयर करना चाहती हूँ मुझे अपने ड्रीम्स को पूरा करने के लिए कौन कौन सी प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं, लेकिन फिर भी मैं अपने ड्रीम्स को पूरा करना चाहती हूँ.
I am 15 years old and a silver medalist at district level badminton. In this small hamlet of Punjab, where women and sports don't usually go together, breaking the stereotypes hasn't been easy.
लोग है कम्युनिटी के, उनकी सोच बहुत पुरानी है. बातें करने लग जाते हैं, लड़की अकेली जा रही है, कैसे कपड़े पहनती है, कैसे क्या करती है, सभी वो बहुत सी बातें बनाते हैं.
But I have not let that come in the way of pursuing my dreams. And the dream is big, to one day represent India in the Olympics.
मुझे साइना नेहवाल बहुत पसंद है, बैडमिंटन की प्लेयर. मैं भी उनके जैसा बनना चाहती हूँ. मैं भी उनकी तरह नेशनल इंटरनेशनल खेलना चाहती हूँ, ओलंपिक्स में भी जाना चाहती हूँ.
The path to glory is never easy. Mine starts from this uneven ground. The only place to practice in my village, Golewala. So every afternoon I make a bus journey to Faridkot, 30 minutes away, to get to Nehru Stadium. But even here the facilities are minimal.
स्टेडियम की हालत ही बहुत ख़राब है और पानी और ये बिजली का ये तो ख़ास है, 2 मेन प्रॉब्लम्स. और वॉशरूम्स लेडीज़ के लिए तो कोई फैसिलिटी नहीं है. और हॉल है जो हमारा यहाँ पर हम खेलते हैं, उसके ऊपर से छत को जैसे चादरों की पड़ी हुई है, वो भी सही नहीं है. जैसे बारिश वगैरह आती है तो पानी वहाँ से निकल कर हॉल में आता है, अंधेरी वगैरह आती है तो धूल भी, बहुत सारी मिट्टी, तभी हमें पोछा वगैरह लगाना पड़ता है. हमारा कई बार टाइम ऐसे ही वेस्ट हो जाता है.
जो बच्चे रिक्वायरमेंट है बहुत ज़्यादा है और हमारी जो गवर्नमेंट अथॉरिटी कुछ भी नहीं कर रही. जितने बच्चे यहाँ पे कर रहे हैं खुद अपने बेस पे कर रहे हैं. अगर इनको कुछ गवर्नमेंट अपना थोड़ा सपोर्ट करे तो बच्चे आगे निकल के आए.
With no state support, playing the sport has become a financial burden for many children like me.
खर्चे की प्रॉब्लम आती है सबसे बड़ी. जैसे रोज़ आना जाना स्टेडियम, 900 रुपीज़ होते हैं मंथ के जो आने जाने में लगते हैं. इतनी तो पेरेंट्स की सैलरी भी नहीं होती. और जो रैकेट होता है वो भी बहुत महंगा है, शटल्स भी महंगी, ऊपर से कोच की जो फीस होती है. ऐसे बैडमिंटन के लिए बहुत सारा खर्च होता है, इसलिए खर्चे की प्रॉब्लम भी आती है.
After winning several medals at district levels, I am now setting my goals towards the state and national level championships. With these small victories has also come the faith and support of my parents.
इस हालात जे बैडमिंटन खेलने दे हालात वेखिए ज़्यादा चंगे भी नहीं थे.
We are trying our best to finance Arshdeep's training, but if we cannot afford it, then we will ask for help.
This year, as Saina Nehwal and PV Sindhu represent India in Rio, I will be waiting in Faridkot for them to make India proud.
Manisha, when it comes to particularly women players, did you, in your experience, feel that there is a lot more that women players have to overcome? There's a lot of social stigma that is still attached.
Absolutely, and I think we come from a culture still that is male dominated. And however, I mean, if you look at sports, I think that women have been much more successful in various sports of ours. They've been better than the men. Athletics is a very, very good example. So there are pockets of the country that really do promote their women. I mean, if you see the Vinesh Phogat and Babita Phogat going to the Olympics, they come from a family of 8 sisters and they all wrestle, which is not a normal women's sport, so to speak. And if they do win medals and they have a good opportunity in Rio, I think that we'll see more and more women come in.
In fact, many of us are keenly watching the Rio Olympics, and many of the citizens came on the show sending their wishes for the Indian contingent. Take a look.
I want to wish all the boxers representing India in the Rio Olympics all the best.
I want to wish a very all the best to Saina Nehwal, PV Sindhu, Ashwani and Jwala Gutta for their Rio Olympic. Get us those medals.
Run for gold, make us proud. All the best, India.
I would like to wish Rohan Bopanna, Leandra Pace, Sania Mirza all the best for the Rio Olympics. Do make us proud, guys. Best of luck.
We wish all the athletes participating in Rio Games 2016 all the very best. Don't give up under pressure. We love you all.
Come on, India, make us proud. We're waiting for you back home. Come back with all those medals.
Best of luck, India.
Welcome back. This is a special edition of CJ Plus as the 31st Olympic Games start off in Rio. Here in India, young CJs are speaking out for a need of support and a push to encourage sports from the very beginning. On the show today, we're being joined by Manisha Malhotra. All eyes are on Rio, Manisha. The expectation is high. It's the biggest contingent ever. Do you think the pressure, that sort of pressure, is justified on the players?
Yes,
yeah?
and that's what you train for. I mean, if you want to be on the biggest stage, you're going to have to be able to absorb the pressure. So it's not just us that are pressure. It's not a question of 1.3 billion people kind of pinning their hopes on 120 athletes. Even a country like Jamaica, I guarantee you Usain Bolt has pressure.
The story that we're getting to you now, our citizen journalist is Atish Jaiswal. Now his story is interesting because he and his friends used to play in an open park next to this urban slum of Dharavi where there is no space even to walk. Now 8 years ago this park was taken away for the construction of the Dharavi Sports Complex. But guess who's locked out of Dharavi Sports Complex? The children of Dharavi. Take a look at this story.
मेरा नाम आतिश जायसवाल है। मैं मुंबई के धारावी इलाके में रहता हूँ। आज मैं सिटीजन जर्नलिस्ट के माध्यम से आपको ये बताना चाहता हूँ, कुछ समय पहले हमारे सामने मैदान हुआ करता था और हम उसमें खेला करते थे, लेकिन आज उस जगह पे स्पोर्ट्स कॉम्प्लेक्स बन गया है। इस वजह से हम सड़क पर खेला करते हैं।
Our only playground was snatched away from us 8 years ago. What has come up instead is the Dharavi Sports Complex. This swanky complex looms over a humble slum, almost mocking us with its lifetime membership fees running into lakhs. A facility that was advertised to benefit us has actually taken away our right to play.
रास्ते में खेलने में परेशानी होती है और एक्सीडेंट होने का खतरा रहता है। एक दिन जब मैं रास्ते में खेल रहा था, बाइक वाला टक्कर मार के चला गया।
These narrow lanes of my slum barely have any place to live, leave alone having a playground.
क्रिकेट खेलते थे 5 साल हो गए, लगभग 2010 में बना था और उसके बाद हम लोग को खेलने नहीं मिला।
गए तो वहाँ पे पूछने के लिए, लेकिन वो बोलते हैं हर एक चीज़ के लिए फीस है, आप इतना भरोगे, मतलब अगर आपको स्विमिंग सीखना है तो कुछ 1350 रुपये, लेकिन धारावी के लिए कुछ 850 तो हम लोग उतना मतलब अफोर्ड नहीं कर पाते।
हम गली में नहीं खेल सकते हैं और अगर हम रोड पे आके खेलते तो एक्सीडेंट होता है। इसके लिए हमें ग्राउंड चाहिए कि ताकि हम जाके वहाँ पे टहल सके, या जो छोटे छोटे बच्चे हैं और हमारे जैसे भी बच्चे जो खेलना चाहते हैं उनको को खेलने का मौका मिले।
हमारी ये कहानी देख के सरकार से ये उम्मीद करते हैं हम जैसे बच्चों के लिए खुले मैदान छोड़े, हम उसमें जी भरकर खेल सके। मैं सीजे आतिश जायसवाल मुंबई से।
So Manisha, some of these children locked out of that sports facility might actually have genuine talent. When it comes to winning medals, it's glory for the country. But how about giving back, or how about investing in the sports persons when they're young, when they need it the most?
There's tons and tons of schemes that are actually physically there on paper. But the ground reality is that up-and-coming athletes get nothing, and that's a fact.
In fact, you know, the lack of these facilities or funds, or you know, just that push that young athletes perhaps need, it's really emphasized in our next story, where there's a group of youngsters who love playing football. This is coming from Kolkata. There are no facilities, no playgrounds, not even a football, and yet that passion continues to stay. Take a look at that story.
मेरा नाम मोहम्मद असुर है। हम फुटबॉल खेलने चाहते हैं, फुटबॉल और क्रिकेट, पर हम लोगों के पास कोई ग्राउंड नहीं है। आप लोग जैसे देख भी सकते हैं, कोई ग्राउंड नहीं है। हम लोग अभी कुछ मौका मिलेगा तो हम लोग करके दिखा, देश के लिए हम लोग खेल सकते हैं।
School over and now it is playtime. Only problem is there is no place to play. This is where we live, the Mazdurpura slum in the Topshia area of East Kolkata. It's narrow by lanes, the only place for us to chase our dream. To one day be professional football players. But no ground, no coaches, no facilities, not even a proper football only means it will be a tough road to achieving our dream.
हम लोग पास मैदान नहीं है, हम लोग खेल अच्छे से खेल नहीं सकते। हम लोग पास बॉल नहीं, हम लोग चिमकिन बना के खेलते हैं, हर तरीके से चिमकिन बना के। और लिए आप लोग का सपोर्ट चाहिए हम लोग।
The 700 odd families of migrant laborers live amidst difficult conditions in this slum, and so a playground of all things might look like an unnecessary luxury. But for us the children, it is our right to play, which is being denied.
The beautiful game certainly doesn't look beautiful in these settings. And if catching them young is the success mantra for this sport, these kids, like countless others, remain stuck in the government's blind spot. With citizen journalists Monirul, Ashur and others at the Mujpurpara slum in East Kolkata, this is Shogoto Mukhopadhyay.
Our partners, World Vision India, is trying to bridge this gap. They're trying to provide the most basic of infrastructure and facilities for all of these citizen journalists whose story you saw today. You too can help. We are flashing the numbers and the contact details for the citizen journalists, and also a way for you to reach World Vision India. With that, we're going to wrap up today's show. That's all that we could pack in, but we're going to look forward to your feedback and your suggestions. You can reach the team on Twitter, Facebook, also on WhatsApp. We're going to thank Manisha Malhotra for joining us today. Thank
My
you so
pleasure.
much.
Thank you.
A very insightful and engaging conversation
you.
with you. We are all going to be watching very closely the Rio Olympics, keeping our fingers crossed, and hopefully some medals are going to come to
Surely.
India this time. Thanks so much.